Stretching is an important part of a fitness plan. Today I have Dr. Zachary Wells here with me, and what we're going to do is demonstrate some stretches that will help you increase your flexibility. It's going to improve poor posture. It's also going to help you recover from your workouts and prevent injuries. So Dr. Wells, what we're going to do is we're going to start with the neck down and just show some stretches.
Great.
So if you'll come right on over here, and we're going to start with a stretch that works the sternocleidomastoid, which is the muscle that connects at the collarbone and goes to the ear. And what we're going to have you do is look straight ahead. Now you're going to slightly turn, yes, and you're going to drop your ear to your shoulder. And now I want you to look up. Can you feel that stretching the muscle there?
Oh yeah, right through here.
Yes. With stretches, you're going to hold them 20 to 30 seconds. Today, we'll just be demonstrating them for you. So go ahead and bring the head back neutral, and he would do the other side, of course. Okay, so the next muscle we have is going to be the neck rotation. And that's very simple. You want to make sure you keep your shoulders down, and you're going to rotate and just look to one side. And over to the other side. And here again, you're going to hold those 20 to 30 seconds. You do not want to bounce with your stretches, and you always want to use gentle pressure. Okay, we're going to continue on with lateral flexion for the neck, and that's where you start out here again in neutral, and you're just going to take your ear and drop it to your shoulder.
Yeah, I feel that right over here.
Yes, and bring it back up neutral, and here again you would do the opposite side. Very good. The next one that we will show you is the neck flexion, where you're going to drop your chin right on down and hold. That's the way. Keep those shoulders back. Excellent. And bring that head back on up. This is neck extension. You do not want to do the hyperextension because you're going to compress the cervical vertebrae right there. So if you need to go back only to here, you could even press it up against the wall if you needed to be. Okay, so let's go on and show the shoulders. And we're going to start with the posterior shoulder, and you're going to come out with that arm, and you keep nice and tall and going to bring it across. And you can just bring that other arm out. Try and keep that even straighter. Try and keep it dropped down. Excellent.
Yeah.
Okay, and you would do the other side. Okay, now we're going to do the anterior shoulder, and it's where you come straight to the back. Just stretch it back, keep everything tall, and come right on up. Good. Let's go on to the wrist. You're going to go straight forward with that wrist. You're going to flex that hand up.
Do I keep my arm straight on this?
Arm straight, yes.
Okay.
Yes, please. Good.
And do both sides, I'm assuming?
Both sides?
Yep.
And now right down.
Good.
Yes. So now that we've got the neck, shoulder, and that, we're going to go to the chest. For the chest, you would need a wall, and I'm going to be Dr. Zach's wall, so I'm just going to hold right here. He's going to walk up and just press, and he's going to rotate to the outside. There we go.
Feel it right there.
Yes. And drop down. Another stretch that you could do for the chest is going to a doorway. You're going to open up both arms, and you're going to walk, just step forward, and you feel the stretch. Good. And then we're going to also now go to the trunk, and we're going to do a trunk rotation. You're going to keep the toes, knees, hips straight aligned, and you're just going to rotate to one side as far as you can, always going to pain, not through pain. So if you are in pain, do not push through it. Stop right at the point where it may start. Very good.
Hips straight ahead, right?
Hips straight ahead.
Perfect.
And now we're going to do a side lateral stretch, and that's where one arm comes straight up, and you're just going to bring it over and stretch. That's the way. Here again, those hips stay forward. You don't want to cheat and bring that hip up.
And what's the hold time again?
The hold time's 20 to 30 seconds on all these stretches on each side. Okay, well, let's go ahead and have you go down to the floor.
How do you want me to get down?
On your hands and knees, please. And we're going to start working on the lower back. And basically we say lower back, but it does affect the whole back. And he's going to do a back slump where he slumps down and holds. And then he's going to come back up to neutral. Neutral being if you had a rod all the way across from his head to his tailbone, it would be holding. Okay, there you go. The next one is a back arch, and that's where you're going to arch up and bring it back down into neutral. Good, good. Let's go ahead and go over on your back and do a low back stretch. And this one feels really good. Here again, these stretches can be done first thing in the morning. They like for you to be warmed up, but some of these, if you do generally enough, you could do when you first woke up. Go ahead and pull your knees into you, just like that, and hold on. Feel that stretch?
I do.
Here again, holding for that 20 to 30 seconds and not bouncing with it. Go ahead and straighten those legs out, and we're going to do the piriformis stretch, and that's the one where you bring the ankle to the knee. You're going to pull this foot up and just put gentle pressure here.
So kind of a counter pressure, just like that?
Yes, counter pressure. Very good.
Good. Do both sides?
Yes, both sides. Good. And now what we are looking for next is the hamstring. You're going to pull that leg straight up. Keep this other leg straight. Yeah. Good. Notice that the toes flexed. Hamstring is actually a cause of a lot of low back issues, so keeping them lengthened is very much not just helping the leg component, but also the lower back. And now we're looking at going into a outer hip stretch, and if you'll bring your knee in, arms are going to go out to the side. Here again, keeping that knee up and that toe up, rotate over. That's the way. Keeping those shoulders flat. Okay. Yes. Good. Let's go ahead and stand back up. And while we're standing up, we also will want to show you the hamstring stretch that you can do while you're standing up. And that would be putting one foot out and just stretching. There you go.
Just like that?
Yes, nice and tall. Keep those shoulders even.
Yeah, if I squat down just a little bit, I can feel it
Feel
even
it?
more.
Okay. And here again, it depends on what level you're at of what you're going to feel.
Sure.
Okay.
If you feel unsteady at all, you can always grab onto something and then do the stretch.
Yes. So the next one would be the quadricep stretch. And what you're going to do is stand tall here again. You're going to take that leg, there you go, up tall. And here again, if you are unstable, as Dr. Wells said, please go ahead and support yourself. And he can actually push his hip bone forward a little bit, and that will give him more of a stretch. Okay, and that's a 20 to 30 seconds. Let's go on the mat. You're going to go down into a hip flexor stretch. So one leg down, that's the way. Now just pushing forward on the hip flexor. The iliopsoas, the hip flexor muscle that runs right here, also is something that will create low back pains if it's too tight. Correct?
Just bringing the hips straight forward like this?
Yes.
Good. Yeah, I actually see this in at least 80% of all my low back patients all have sort of asymmetrical tight hip flexors. And so doing this stretch will really help moderate and minimize low back problems for you.
And here again, it would be a 20 to 30 second hold. And you would do the opposite side, of course. So Dr. Wells and I would like just to reinforce to you that doing stretching does increase your flexibility. It does improve poor posture. It also helps you recover faster from your workouts, and it will help prevent injuries. So take charge of your own life and stretch.